Hello everyone and welcome to another simple tutorial for Camtasia Studio this time. I remember in the past I did a Windows Movie Maker tutorial, which this one will be similar to. It will just be the basics of Camtasia, how to add transitions and stuff, except Camtasia is a more advanced program. It has a lot more features than Windows Movie Maker and can do quite a bit more. So I'll go into a little bit more detail, but I won't go into too much detail because I'll have specific tutorials on this in the future. So, whenever you open up Camtasia for the first time, it'll have a blank screen here, and you have to click Import Media, find whatever file you're trying to get, and add it. Click on it, double click, and it'll add it to this tab here, the video, in the clip bin. Then to add it to your timeline, which is where you edit the videos, click on it and drag it across into the timeline. And now you can see the video preview is right here. So you can drag your cursor around on the timeline, or you can click to make it exact. Even more exact is you can click step backward or step forward in order to move frame by frame. Or you can skip to the end or beginning of a clip using the preview here. And you can slide this. So, basically with Camtasia, it's really easy to add transitions. There's a transitions tab right here. So if you enter it, there's a set amount of them. There's not too many, to be honest. I wish they had more variances in transitions. But for now, I use fade through black and fade mostly, though occasionally other ones. If you want to add a transition, click on it and drag it to your clip, and you see what's highlighted in yellow? Where it's highlighted in yellow, you can let go of it and it'll add it. And if you start the video, it'll add the fade. You can adjust the length of the fade by clicking on the ends and making it longer. And as you can tell, it made it a lot longer. And you can also add it to the end, or say if you have two videos, like if I add both of these clips here, then you can add a transition right in the middle, and it'll make a transition between videos. See, it transitions between them. If you right click on that, you can take off trimmed content in transition. If you're trying to cut out parts but still have a transition, that's a useful feature. I'll have you know, I only figured that out recently, and it's helped me a lot. So that's the basics of transitions. You can also extend this, or any type of transitions length. Now, I'm going to go a little bit into audio editing. Just the basics. If you go to the audio tab, you can see that the audio here is green. You can click on the top and adjust it up and down to increase your volume, basically. And that just increases how loud we are in the video. I'm pretty sure you can tell what it is like without me having to play the video. You can fade out the audio or fade in the audio. If you have two videos selected, it will do both at once, though if you have one, it'll only do one at a time. And you can adjust the fade height and width and everything if you move it up and down at the points. Or you can add more audio points with the add audio point button and adjust where it goes up and down. That's a little bit more advanced stuff. You don't need most of that for video editing. You just need the fade in and fade out. And the audio will fade in and out. You can click the silence button, it'll silence everything. I wouldn't recommend doing that too often though, because that silences your whole video, unless you have something you really want to. If you hit volume down and volume up, it'll go in increments up and down. That's pretty simple. Volume leveling just makes everything pretty much the same volume. If you click on these tabs here, you can adjust the variety it does it, or add custom settings for it, which is also more advanced. And I wouldn't recommend volume leveling in most videos. Noise removal, however, is really useful. If you turn that on, make sure you click Auto Noise Training. Because if you don't click Auto Noise Training, it will remove background noise pretty well, but it'll also make your own voice sound really weird, and it won't adjust correctly. So make sure you click Auto Noise Training, and it'll have background noise removed and your voice will sound okay. You can adjust how much background noise it removes of this, but be careful. If you turn it too high, it'll start to remove your voice too. On my head. As you can tell, my audio sounds weird now because of that. Remove clipping, remove clicks, and click sensitivity, which only appears once you turn on remove clicks. It's more advanced stuff, which I wouldn't recommend having on. I never use it much. And manual noise training, I wouldn't use much either. Now, I'm not going to go over zoom and pan yet. I'll do that in a separate date, along with visual properties and most of these other effects here. There's also quizzing captions, all of this. But I think the last thing I'm going to talk about for now is fixing black bars. This is a pretty big thing in videos, but it's an easy fix. In Camtasia Studio, if you click on a video, it'll select it in here and make an outline where you can move it around by clicking on this thing here. Mine's blue for some reason. Ignore that, I don't know why it's doing that. You can click here to rotate your video, or you can grab the corners and resize it completely. And this is easy. This makes an easy way to remove the black bars. Corners will move it in 2 directions at once. However, if you click just the top and sides, you can resize it completely. So you can completely eliminate the black bars this way. To change the resolution, this is also important. Click here, and you can change it between all sorts of resolutions. It tells you YouTube resolution, HD for YouTube, original, which is your footage originally. I'm going to put it in 1080p now, and I'm going to resize it for that size, that resolution. And once I correctly adjust, there we go. It's perfectly set, no black bars or anything. So that's going to be it for this tutorial, just the basics of Camtasia. I'm going to go over a lot more in the next couple of Camtasia tutorials, such as how to add professional looking text, how to give visual properties, how to make moving images or add images. Actually, adding images is really simple too, same way as adding videos. You just import media. Import media is for audio, images, anything. Just gonna get that out there. And I'll also go over the correct settings to produce the video and a lot of other settings in Camtasia. So if you're enjoying Camtasia and find it useful, then I'd appreciate a like or a subscribe if you really want to. And I will see you all later. Bye.